Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Slipways, where today we're headed for greener pastures, I guess. Screw solving this problem, we're just going to go somewhere else to a place where it is not. And good luck, everybody else. And I'm sure we won't just reproduce the problem when we get there, on account of all of the good and important introspection and problem solving we've done. Whew. The silthid are working on a Fargate, legally distinct. It's called a Fargate, an isium-powered megastructure that can form a tunnel to another galaxy. Your task is to get the gate ready and provide escape routes. 28 years again, we must activate the Fargate and send at least 10 points of population to it, which seems tricky. We'll see what the mechanics of this actually are. The Fargate provides an escape route to another galaxy. When you first place the structure, construction sites for its 5 terminals will be placed around it. Okay, that makes this seem a little bit more doable. We only have to actually move 2 points of population to the gate, and the way this is worded makes me think we can probably send 1 point of population from each world to each terminal, so we can double or triple count some of our worlds. That'll make this way more doable. To start building a terminal, all objects underneath the structure will be destroyed, which is interesting. I wonder if we can use it to just like obliterate an inconvenient planet. To start building a terminal, deliver isium to a construction site. Once you start construction, you will receive 30 credits and 5 science. So that's a really interesting. A source of flat science is more valuable the earlier in the game it is. So we're probably going to want to... It's going to be important for us to start getting some of these constructed as quickly as possible so we can use them to kind of cheat up the tech tree a bit. Completing a terminal takes time and has a cost each year until it is completed. You can speed up construction by delivering minerals or chips, which we probably will have a lot of because silthid. Planets with isium deposits have been scanned ahead of time and are marked on your map. People cannot be used there unless you stabilize the planet first. Once construction is complete, click the terminal to activate it. Doing this will dismantle all connections delivering minerals and chips to the terminal. So that's really interesting. We almost never have a way of undoing a slipway. I assume once we do that, like it won't turn on until we turn it on. But turning it on will both give us back our resources and lower our number of trade routes coming out of the planets and like our income and stuff. So that's something we may not want to do in many cases until we're ready to finish the map, right? To complete the mission, you need to connect a number of people to the Fargate's terminals. All people count, not just the idle ones. Oh. Okay. Populated planets with access to terminals increase their trade income. So it's not... Okay, I think it's going to be quite different from sending a unit of population to a place to work. If this works the way it looks like it works, then we probably only actually have to connect like 2 people worlds, 2 or 3, I guess. Interesting. Extra star scoring based on how many people escape and how early you activate the Fargate. So, okay, if you're calculating all of the population on the worlds that are connected, I guess we have to see what this number is going to be. But yeah, that means we would have to connect more people worlds. So, the silthid. Here's the core problem with the silthid, and the reason that I often shy away from using the silthid in normal games. In my opinion, the silthid have the most difficult missions. I will say we're definitely gonna feel it when we get the Dender, because the Dender have an increase the amount of food that you are producing mission that often has numbers attached to it that are just completely bananas, which I guess is appropriate. But the silthid, I don't remember what all of their mission types are, but I know they have both increase the number of chips you're producing and increase the number of robots you're producing, and the numbers attached to those are often very silly as well. You'll get a mission in the mid-game, it's like, increase the number of robots that you're outputting by 11 or something. So we're going to have to be really thoughtful about that and try to take care of those as quickly as we possibly can while the numbers are still low and manageable. They do have a lot of good technology, though. I think they're a very powerful faction. It's just such a pain in the ass to have them giving you tasks. So obviously we have quantum sensors, which I love a ton. The ability to make water and food on otherwise useless ice ball planets is something. Brain-machine interface is cool. Just makes a planet produce more money, and it has no build time. It's just spend money to increase income. So obviously you can, do the math on the worlds where that'll work. The ability to turn biomass into robots on certain planets is weird. It'll help with missions and stuff. It'll help with the tasks, rather. Produce more minerals. Mass lensing is extremely valuable. Very, very, very good. You can tell it's a 19 cost tier 1 technology. That's how good the developer thinks it is, and I think he's got that about right. Extreme miniaturization. We get the microforges. Economic zones. I've never used this one before, I'm pretty sure. It seems tough to take advantage of. Like, we so often in our densely packed areas already have too many slipways crossing space and blocking each other off. Adding to the noise of like kind of garbage routes on the graph feels like a really bad move to me. 60% income increase on 2 planets is pretty good. And it's worth noting, like, by far the most common situation where we would even be able to do this is people worlds, right? People worlds are very often outputting 4 or 5 units of goods because people are super valuable. So you're going to get a 60% increase on 2 very high output planets. But even so, having to take a technology for this just feels really bad. Integrated manufacturing adds chips to any planet producing minerals. It rules. It's the best. Repurposing adds goods on planets producing robots or robots on planets producing goods. Also totally amazing. There are a lot of good planetary projects here, which actually is one of the major downsides of brain-machine interface. Because under normal circumstances, and I know we have a perk coming up to help with this, but under normal circumstances, a planet can only have one project. The fact that as a silthid player, you're likely to have so many other good projects means you have to be very careful where you build brain-machine interface, because you can't uninstall it later. Once you've made the choice, it's permanent. The odds of us taking this perk, which allows us to have 3 projects per planet, is extremely high. I think we'll look at these, but this is my initial feeling. Industrialized rules, turns planets into forge worlds, helps us get those late game chip and robot missions done, but also it does suck to have to use it. Bioextractors are a structure, not a project, which really is a bummer, but it lets you generate water and biomass. The skill up facility just generates extra output from planets. Very good. Yeah, there's a lot of really good projects. We do have access to void synthesizers, which is cool. Manufactured luxury will make it so it will be trivial to accomplish the happiness objective. And everted slipways, which are neat in theory, but so incredibly expensive. I mean, I get why. It's a very powerful thing. So, perk-wise, efficient makes all Forge World planets produce 1 more of their main product, which is good for helping you accomplish your chip and robot goals. And maybe, see, the thing is, I think this is in direct contention with joint factories, which replaces the chip option on Forge Worlds with chip plus robot. Obviously, this creates a tremendous amount of versatility in your graph. It makes it way easier to get Forge Worlds leveled up, because a problem we very often have with Forge Worlds is that it's just hard to have a bunch of worlds that need one type of Forge World output grouped on top of each other. But it's really easy to make routes out of a multi-purpose factory. In fact, many Forge World projects, like when you're making goods, if you do robots to goods, the secondary input on that is just chips. You just have a multi-purpose factory completely supplying that planet. Here, you end up with like a 7th point of chip output, and you're like, how does this help me? So I think that joint factories is the way that we're both going to solve some of our Forge World prosperity problems, and also our late game missions that require a ton of resources. Space Architects is cool, but in the current position, it's sort of like, in terms of function, it's competing with the project thing, right? Lowering the cost of a thing. We're going to build a ton to support planets, and I think we're going to build more projects than structures, and I think generally projects are better than structures. Obviously, there are some exceptions. The Void Synthesizer is wonderful, but there is this 3 free slip relays that you can build from the beginning. Definitely gives you a lot of versatility in the early game and helps you solve some weird early game problems before you have good technology. But I think the overall value of this is going to pale in comparison to these other two. Okay, so what do we have access to here? Geothermals is obviously going to be pretty good given the number of chips we're going to have access to. Minerals from asteroids, probably not necessary. Gravitic tugs is very good. There's no two ways about that. I gotta be honest with you. I am definitely feeling quantum computing here. I mean, first of all, it's just an incredibly powerful technology in its own right. But secondly, we have a lot of techs that are very, very good in the silthid pool. And getting more technologies is going to help us more here than I bet almost anywhere else. Transposing planets is cool. I don't think we need it right now. Obviously, wave augmentation is always great. Geoharvesting is always great. Hyperdrives are a type of planetary connection that uses the third dimension. I know, it's crazy. But although this is a really cool way of cheating around existing planets and slipways, and is even more powerful in that respect than infraspace mastery, it also is extremely limited. The maximum length for hyperlanes is really, really, really short, way shorter than normal slipway routes, until you research another upgrade. And you can see the base tech here is 49 science by itself. Also, hyperlanes have a really high upkeep cost. So hyperdrive is super powerful. I love it very much. I don't think we're going to take it here, though. It's just too limiting. I don't think that's really very useful. We probably are not going to have a lot of trouble producing goods because we're going to have robot worlds, and we'll just do the thing. And empathic links is super powerful, but I don't know that I think it's going to be too good here. Because, like, the thing that empathic links is best at, the two things, one, generating additional happiness, and two, generating additional prosperity by increasing the number of units of resources moving between small numbers of planets. On these missions, I feel like both of those things are devalued because the happiness threshold for 5 stars is quite low. It's very achievable. And the number of planets you need to be prosperous to 5-star is similar. So I definitely want this. And then my thinking is we're looking at like geothermals versus wave augmentation versus geoharvesting. It's like one of those three. I guess gravitic tugs is also on the table. I feel like we do these things a lot. I kind of want to take advantage of geothermals here just because it's going to be much better here than it usually is. It lets us do something kind of unusual. Let's try it that way. Let's try it that way. And we'll just see, you know? Listen, it may take more than one attempt. We may have to try this a couple of times. Is this... It doesn't actually say, but I'm assuming that's an isium world. That's the way that they're marked ahead of time. Yeah. Okay, cool. So a core of unstable isium. People cannot work here, cannot be produced or sent here to work until it's stabilized, and then we can pull it out and do stuff. What is the process? Okay, the process is just pay $10. I wonder if we stabilize the isium core, does that remove the ability to produce isium? I actually have no idea. I don't remember the missions early in the story where isium is introduced. We'll just stumble through for right now. Okay, that's interesting. So obviously I'm looking for a place where I can, like, people world early in the game, as usual. That tends to be our sort of our first struggle. This is interesting because obviously there's a water world right next to it, and it's near a forebear ruin. It only takes us connecting to 2 forebear ruins to be able to buy quantum sensors. So that's a really early, a really powerful early pull for me. Because quantum sensors saves us so much exploration time over the course of a game. What I guess we could do here is do minerals to robots or joint factory, probably joint factory. I guess there's not really much reason to do it the other way, right? And then just make food here, which we are allowed to do, and that sets us up. We produce water there, and then like this can be a goods world. Do minerals to goods. I wish this ice ball wasn't here because it's blocking the feed between those 2 planets, but if we are producing chips here, then we can geothermal it at some point, and yeah, I don't hate that. It means we can't get isium off of this isium world, but it kind of seems like sources of isium are not going to be rare. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's work that out. Should I... You know what? Very first thing. Let's make this connection and get some information. So we can pay 10 to scan a bunch of nearby planets. Seems like a terrible use. Honestly, this one seems bad. It seems like we might just scavenge this one. I wish that I had a better sense of what reveal more planets actually means. Like it drew a dotted line around the area that'll be scanned or something. This could be worth it, but we have no way of knowing. Anyway, it's important to get that information. Who knows? It could have affected things, right? So, new tasks available. Increase the total production of robots, increase the total production of chips, and remember, both of these numbers are going to keep going up over the course of the game, so we really want to get them done fast. Establish 2 planets producing 4 or more total resources, non-people resources. This one, I think this is not going to be as bad because we will get access to skill-up facilities in the late game, which will make it easier to just push at any given planet to 4 points. And then get Forge Worlds to Prosperous. Definitely a lot easier to do with the joint factories. So my primary concern right now is getting these 2 done. And probably... Gosh, which one do I think is going to be harder if we leave it? Well, I guess we will have so many sources of chip production with integrated manufacturing. Let's start with the robot one. We're going to want to build a lot of robots. So, okay, over a full development path, a bot factory produces 4 robots while a multi-purpose factory only produces 3. But it also produces so much other stuff. So we'll do this and this. That one of those. And then I guess we may as well run this connection as well, right? Try to turn these planets up as much as possible. And that's a pretty good asteroid. Oh, shoot. Does this world actually connect? It does, but not if we send this water over here. And we could just send the second point of water to here. And I suppose it's also worth noting that, in fact, the odds that we'll ever level this world up are basically 0 because we're going to draw a triangle around it. So, yeah, let me just do this. We're going to go minerals to goods here and then blow this up. Have to blow it up to clear the way anyway. There we go. Okay. So we have a pretty tight goods network here. We have a reasonable trade income right away. It does seem to me like this is probably not, it's probably not going to be that hard to build good labs on this one. So this is free. Sorry, this is free in terms of time. I should say the whole thought. That's something. I really wish I knew what nearby meant. That's the thing that's killing me. If I do this, and it ends up scanning an area that would have been covered by like 2 probes, let's say it covers like these planets and these planets, I think that would be pretty worthwhile. Spend $4 extra, but save 2 months. Feels pretty good to me. Okay, it was a much larger area than I was expecting. I'm actually really happy with that outcome. That seems like a great play. I am curious what the 20 would have been, but we would have had to wait to finish this mission first, and I don't know that it would have been worth all that. Let's do a quick scan of the... Okay, so this is what I'm looking for, is another forebear ruin, right? I care a great deal about discovering more forebear ruins. It is not near any planets that can be inhabited, which is fun. Yeah, no, not a single one. What the fuck? Okay. I really want those other 2 points of science, but I don't know how we're going to get them. Setting this up prior to taking the chip mission feels a little silly. Where else can I do something of value? So we can make a people world here very easily. Is this... Ah, damn it. Look at the tiny little obstruction. That would have been so good, making this a water world and feeding that world and that world. This world gets fed by the food thing and like... I mean, it's still... I think it's still the right thing to do, but I would have loved to get the extra connection here. Yeah, so let's do that. This will give us a little bit more visible distance. So water, food. Okay. And if we want to do some research like over here, like if we wanted to set up a lab and pull minerals and minerals, that's not bad actually. It is about time to be thinking about that sort of thing, right? So if we do that, we're going to want to run a slipway out here, which means we won't be able to run water across that, but I think that's fine. Where would I put that lab in theory? Okay, the Fargate costs 0 to establish. That's cool. Let's just go ahead and blow this. As a way of ending our year. So, if we put this here, it can, in theory, access 4 sources of minerals once we blow this asteroid up, and 2 people worlds. I think we should set that up immediately. Let's get that going, and then we'll figure out more stuff from there. Sorry. Actually, hold on. Is there any location? No. There is no location from which the lab can be served by this world and that world. So I do have to make a choice. If I'm not trying to have it be served by this world, then we can push it down here and allow this world to send water up to there, which is good. We also at some point need to, like, this world sending out a second point of water in that direction, though, isn't actually that helpful. Unless I think I'm going to be able to flip this world all the way to prosperous. Because we already want it to be sending a point of water down here at the very least. Oops, sorry, clicked outside the window there. Yeah, maybe I do just want to do this. So accessing that world's going to require a little bit of finagling. Ooh, if I do it like this, I can reach that mineral world out there as well. That's pretty compelling. This is still 4 sources of minerals, potentially. All right, let's do it. So connect. Connect. do we run people like that? If I do that, this world is in a really awkward place as far as ever leveling up. But we don't need to level up everything. It sure is nice, though. It is nice to have densely packed. Yeah, well, whatever. I guess, actually, I can do this, which is pretty helpful. Sorry, in theory. We will not be able to connect. Okay, we can connect one more thing to this. And I do want to do that. Okay, so 4 science income by the end of year 5. That seems pretty okay to me. That's going to help us get where we're going pretty easily. Do this to end the year. Go and grab quantum sensors real fast. And I love the fact that this is still going upward yet. Okay. How do I want to run the next thing? Like, we need to finish this mission still. We also want to turn on more of these mineral generators. This world could become a people world, and if it is a people world, it will need robots. Or sorry, it will need chips. So this could be like, people generates minerals, minerals go to here and there, and then this world's like a joint factory. It generates chips and also just adds to the robot count. We'll never level it up, though. Yeah, it's a little awkward. Oh, look at those good probes. I love them so much. Can you really not reach that? Oh, no, you totally can. Okay. So it just wasn't showing it because we can't get there right now. I mean, I pretty much have to do minerals to goods to produce population here, right? I guess I can get some more information about what we'll be doing down here. Maybe this isn't the right place to make this connection. Yeah, because it can connect from a lot of spots. I want to pick it up early so I know what it is and I know what it might enable for us. But at the same time, it is tricky. Also, I'm not thinking right now about the structure at all, about the Fargate. We're going to have to do that at some point. Okay, so the Fargate's huge, and it's going to crush everything we put down underneath it. I mean, it's interesting. I don't know that I can make much sense of the implications of it right now. So here's what I'm thinking. If this is a people world, it makes my life a lot easier as far as generating minerals on both of these planets. But we can't then feed this world chips very easily because we're making all of the planets around it that could be doing the chips send minerals. And if we want to send chips from here, we're making it impossible for this world to generate minerals to send to the lab. And I feel very strongly about this lab. I really want to make this lab work. I'll tell you what, right now I'm wishing I had 3 early game free slip relays. Okay. Of course, a thing we can do, which is pretty much always true, is we can just say fuck it. Send the minerals in, get the science going, and worry about how it works out later. The more I look at this, the more I'm thinking that's where I'm at. Let's just get the minerals in. I'm going to blow this up now. Okay. 8 science per year from the end of year 6, and we will just sort it later. This world can feed both of them. So we should start looking around over here for ways to make this world actually function. We'd have to stabilize it, obviously, but that's like super doable, right? Can I get... No, I cannot get both of these isium worlds at the same time. We can grab these, though. Okay, interesting. Is that distance really too great? I guess it must be. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stabilize the core of this world. We're going to get to work here. So, we make this. Do we make this a multi-purpose factory? Because here's a difference that is actually pretty relevant right now. The multi-purpose factory produces its second point of bots when it gets to level 3. That is successful. The bots factory produces a second point of robots when it gets to level 2 established. That is when it receives the first mineral. So we can get this to be... This world is probably never going to be level 3, is what I'm thinking. It also, I think, is a world that's not in position to actually use chips other than this. I guess this could be a people world. It would have to get a second point of mineral income. Actually, we could level this up. We absolutely could level this up. Shit, and we definitely should. Okay, yeah, that's fine then. We'll make that a multi-purpose factory. And then we're out of money for a second here. Let's burn a little bit of time. This world becomes the food world. And we're drawing some pretty long routes here. We're burning through our money really quickly. But we're also making so much science, y'all. Okay, so I think I definitely want to grab brain-machine interface, right? We need the income. This is going to cause us to have kind of a slow wind-up, but like 16 here, right? So a 30% increase is going to be like $5 extra a year. It's going to... Machine interfacing on this world pays for itself almost instantly. So what I need to do now, as we're building this out, is try to make sure that I'm preserving enough money to do that. It sucks so much that we have to pay to stabilize the cores of these worlds. But I really think I want to do this. Let's stabilize that, make it a colony, blow this up. Right, because this is so good. And we're not saving money for a brain machine interface this year, but we're setting up income. I guess I kind of... Doing that also flipped our empire size up one, and that does suck. Okay, but now this world's level 2, and we are producing most of our things. And if I just do this, all of a sudden we don't have any... well, we have an unhappy world. We'll get there. Science is rolling in, though. Does it help me to set up geothermals right now? A thing that's worth noting is that I believe the upkeep cost of most energy planets is like super high. So I do think we have to be cautious trying to use energy as a problem solver. Not that we can't, just that we have to be smart. I'm looking at this down here and trying to figure out like how we're gonna do more dollars. So this is our chip world, which of course we will make a multi-purpose factory. If I had taken the chip producing mission, we'd be done already. But also the chip producing mission, I think, is always going to be easier. Like at literally any stage in the game. So I'm not too stressed about it. If I made this a bot world, I sent this thing to there right now, we could just be done with this. Oh, sorry. No, I need this to be a chip world, though, because we actually do want the chips. That's right. Let me... What's up here? So we don't really have a source of goods for this world. That's complicating. Realistically, there's not anything I can even do about that. This world just won't have access to goods for a very long time. Unless this turns out to be something that can produce goods, which totally can happen. This world will eventually produce a point of goods once we have repurposing, so this one's taken care of. Oh, I guess that'll be true here too. Then, if we make this a joint factory. Let me go ahead and make this a multi-purpose factory. Make this connection. Then we're running real low on money for the year. My inclination right now is to blow both of these up for 2 each. Install the factories. Wow. I was going to say do a quick machine interface on a couple of worlds and then call the year. This is the only world we have that's currently able to... We can change this. Let me undo what I just spent money on. I'm going to spend this money a little bit differently. We're going to do this, and then this. I'm going to connect these up. It sucks so much that we just barely don't have the money to do the good things that need to be done. Now we have 2 really good skill up factory worlds, but I mean, I want to buy quantum computing. We have to get geothermals, right? Geothermals is so good. We'll get quantum computing. It'll come. Doesn't have to be right now. So we can do that to make that world successful as well. Our income is starting to get to a real place. I'm trying to figure out if this is the year that we dump money into factory stuff. And I want to get these going. We still need to finish this mission. I guess that should be, for the moment, kind of my guiding star. Sorry, send this first, then this. Now there's actually a point of population available here. We'll blow this up. We will hit machine interfacing on one world. We will hit this button. Okay. That connection's worth making. Actually, hold on. This connection's worth making. A former repair depot full of broken down forebear devices. You know, this is really interesting. Ordinarily, I wouldn't want to do this, but we generated such a large amount of science so quickly, and we know that we still have a bunch coming from building the structure. I think we absolutely can afford to spend some scientist hours repairing this stuff and just make a huge amount of money with which to repair our situation. I think that's actually an incredibly good play. So, we do that. Okay. I need one more world that produces at least one robot. Where does it make the most sense to do that? I was kind of hoping that would be a Forge world. Because a robot producing world down here would have quite a bit of utility. It would be really nice to be able to get biomass out of this world. This could be a robot world, but I don't think that's actually good. Oh, you know what? If this is a mineral producing world, we send minerals to this world, it will produce another point of robots. That could very well be the right solution. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna do this. We're going to commit this. We're going to finish the mission before we do anything else. We're going to go into the new task thing. We're going to pick this right now. 12 science when we finish this mission. The silthid are powerful. Don't get me wrong. Their tasks are a goddamn nightmare. But the resource outputs are phenomenal. They're very, very good. So 12 more science when we do that. Okay, now that that's on the table, I'm not too concerned about that. I think we're going to get there for sure. So, gosh, I love this laboratory. Here's the question. Do we want mass lensing? Because if we want it, we have to take it right now. I mean, not right now, but it has to be the next tech is what I mean. And this wouldn't be a horrible time to take it. I want quantum computing, but the value of quantum computing is still going to be relatively low while we're here in the early game with only a single lab. The only thing that makes me kind of question the value of taking mass lensing right now is that I want to be very careful we have to be cautious not to cut off too many of our worlds. It's very easy to go like, we'll just draw paths around these things, and then you end up getting yourself into trouble. Also, I totally forgot about this, but we should do that. Oh, I wish that wasn't out of range. We could flip this world to successful, and it would be so good for all of its surrounding neighbors. Without being able to do that, this world will probably never be successful. Because what I was thinking was we would send the point of energy down here as water, then send this up here to... And all you need to flip is one successful neighbor. If there were a world up here that were a people world, and we produced chips here, we can make this happen. This could be a people world. That's an Earth-like. Yeah, there's like a ton of ways that could work. Actually, that's very good. I need to produce minerals for this forge world. But I kind of want to just commit on this and figure it out, Because, it's really good for us if it works. So let's commit on that so that we get the depth to make the exploration probes that we need. Okay, so there's our mineral world. Oh, does this not? No, that totally works. Okay, cool. So this is a multi-purpose factory. It produces food from this ocean world. Oh, wait. Sorry, I can't do that. Because this was going to be my mineral world, right? So... I mean, this is a multi-purpose factory. It doesn't even actually have to be the source of the food in this area, and we could use energy as food if we really needed to. It's not off the table. I am going to grab mass lensing. We need the other things, but we'll want mass lensing eventually, I think. Sorry, I'm so, I'm a little all over the place here. I do apologize. Getting the biomass to make this a farming world's a little bit awkward. It would be really nice, though, if this was a biomass world. Oh, no, sorry. It won't be a problem at all. We have biomass over here. Yeah. Okay, that's the solution to that problem. So we go, is this all the robots you'll ever produce? No, you will eventually do better. So, okay. I'm going to make this connection. Then we're going to stop here, and we're going to build skill-up facility or machine interfacing on every planet that we can build it on. We got you already, because we're about to hit an income phase here, so we're trading money right now for money over the long term And this is probably the best moment in the game to do this. The best moment that we will have at any point during the game. So, okay. I believe it is the case that none of those worlds made back the money, will make back the money on this next income phase, but they will definitely make it back over the next couple, and then we'll still have all that income for later. Okay, so let's finish building this like weird complicated network of ideas. This is a mineral world. It feeds this, sorry, which leads to here. That goes to there. This gets stabilized and then becomes a people world. It feeds you. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Before we do that, any planets that became successful this year, I think this is the only one. Yeah. Okay. I just got to make sure we keep doing that. So that matters. This will matter in a moment. Make these connections. Okay. And, right. Okay, so now we have a bunch of additional successful worlds. We don't have any progress on the other thing, but that's fine. We'll get there. So we have an energy source available to us here, and I don't know what to do with it. I guess we'll figure it out. I really wish this connection was not like, look at that. It's like an inch out of range too. Oh, that's really frustrating. Let's go ahead and grab this. May as well. And then let's figure out our next critical steps here. So first things first, we have to be worried about this. We have to be worried about producing chips. Did I look at... Okay, the Fargate needs to be on in a decade if we want to get maximum score. And we need to be able to get 20 people through it. But if it's counting every planet every people world that it's connected to, with the magic of mass lensing, I don't think that's going to actually be that bad. So let's produce some additional chips, shall we? Let's see what's going on over here. Awkward. I really want to get a second point of minerals to this world. Can you reach that? No. I was going to say we could just do chips to that world and then send the energy right back and increase our chip supply that way. The next technology we pick up is... Interesting. We actually don't get miniaturization and integrated manufacturing. We have to pick one. And I think it's going to be integrated manufacturing. That will solve this problem right there. We'll just go around and purchase chips. So I guess I'm not too worried. I guess that's the plan. Which means that we're on to the next concern, which is where are we going to build the damn Fargate? It makes sense to sort of like wrap our empire around it, which means this would be a pretty natural location, except there are no people worlds there. I'm thinking over here doesn't seem too bad. Maybe like we could wrap people. We can use this people world. Maybe slip relay people from here. Maybe slip relay people from there. So what we'll want to do is particularly focus on expanding in this direction. And, you know, building another lab is definitely high value. Something I need to do. We just haven't really seen another opportunity that's awesome. Okay. So it would be good to build more people worlds, generally. We also have to actually connect isium to it, so building it into an area where there's isium nearby is critically important. And I'm not allowed to like rotate it, or no, I can't. We will lay it down and it will be the way it is. So if I do something like this, we can potentially run, or even just eat this station. We can potentially run isium from this world to two of the things and from this world to two of the things. Can we make that work? Yeah, kind of. So if this is a this is a multi-purpose factory, we can send the chips from here. Yeah, chips and bots is what you need to make more energy. That rules. Okay. So this can be the source of energy for the bots. Can we just get it from here? No, we cannot. Okay. I think we got to start setting this up. We have to make a decision here, and I think this is the one. So, energy, rock. Am I just going to commit to putting this down here? I think so. I want to be careful about how I do it, but... Oh, I do get to orient the structure in a secondary step. That changes things. Okay, hold on a second. Because we could avoid destroying this thing if we wanted to. I guess I don't know if I care, honestly. If we put it down basically like this, we get to use that isium ice ball world to run isium to two of the things, and we get to use the Earth-like to run isium to two of the other terminals. That's the word I want. And then there's another isium world down here that can feed the last one. I like this a lot. This is a really strong position, in my opinion. Can I reorient this? No, probably not. There's probably no way that I don't have to lensify this world or something. It's just going to be... Yeah, it's really awkward. It's unfortunate, but I think it's fine. Okay, so... Terminal. So we send the energy back. Wait. We send a point of energy here. Produce a point of minerals. Send the minerals back. Now if we send a point of energy over, it produces more robots. And incidentally, more chips, making our lives easier in other ways. And then this can be like, we can use minerals to feed... Or sorry, we use population to feed this world to produce the robots to take care of these two. Okay, cool. So, this world becomes the robot isium mine. We have to send in water to get more. That's totally doable. Sorry, does 0 of 9 mean 0 of 9 years? It has 0 of 9 hammers and it's producing 1 hammer per year. Okay. Send robots or send minerals or chips seems doable. We might not actually be able to do this in the amount of time that we may not 5-star this. I mean, I think we're going to do it. We just may not 5-star it. So I do need water. We could get the water from here if we had robots. Does this max out at 2? Yeah, it maxes out at 2 is the amount, but that's fine. That's all we would really realistically ever be able to do. And our income has gotten so fucking good. All right, before the end of this year, I gotta remember to run over here and fire the thing off. Okay, so we could do another energy world here. Is that the right move? Yes, right? Send the chips. If I send in... Okay, if we make this world prosperous, then it will produce another point of robots as well. So if I send the point of energy down here, I will be rewarded with another point of energy plus a prosperous world. No, wait, sorry. This has to receive robots for that to work. Shoot. Because this world would have to become prosperous. Or no, wait, I'm sorry, I'm being silly. If I send this point of energy here, third successful world makes prosperous world, sends extra robot. Okay, and that got us to 6 chips too. And now we do a lot of things here. I don't know exactly what we do want to do, but I want to lensify this world. We don't actually have to use the lens. We just have to get it out of the way. Then we can send a chip there to increase hammers. Okay. This world rules and is doing so much great work. We're so proud of you, honey. This point of energy is probably the goods for this world, right? This world becomes successful, not prosperous. Okay, it's not an immediate concern, I guess. Is there another place where we can just like level up a multi-purpose factory and finish this? You've got to be really close. You need one more import or export. So actually setting up this geothermal plant gets us the last chip, even if we don't immediately use the resources. So let's make sure that we have installed the project on all the worlds that can benefit from it. Because we certainly have the money. There's no point in doing it here, because this world has no actual output value. So I think that'll be it as far as new stuff goes. All right, geothermal plant, send the chip, become prosperous, produce chip. 52 science is the amount of science that I currently have. These are both getting scary, but I think this ends up being the easiest task to accomplish of the lot of them, and I think we do this next. Okay. Integrated manufacturing is a want. Self-hosting AI, also an immediate want. That was just spend science to get +1 science. And like, you know, theoretically we'll build another lab somewhere eventually. Honestly, that could be how we spend the last citizen here and get the last chip out of this world, and then we just buy the project, and it's like a crummy little lab, but it's actually pretty meaningful, I think. Yeah, just build ourselves 4 additional science. And then making this connection gives us a prosperous world, and I feel like we should do that. Okay, we have infinite money. Money is no longer a concern. And our science income of 15 is, like, fine. Infinite money is pretty fucking cool, y'all. We need to make this happen. Would this connect here? Okay, it will. We just have to get the water. Can we make food over here somewhere? Because, like, if we make this a people planet, do water stuff, we have robots. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. So let me actually produce the water. We have to prioritize this, obviously. We have to get these all started. And then I know that I need that. So we have to make the people world, to send the person in to get the second robot, to get that happening, to do that. Okay. We are super late. We're going to lose a lot of stars here. Unless... I need to accelerate this by 1 hammer. This by 1 hammer. We gotta do a lot of acceleration. 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, how do we manage this? This is like really messy. I feel like I am doing an extremely messy job. That's really awkward, honestly. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Well, getting this running is the most important thing. Okay. So right now, we'll be able to turn on the Fargate in 5 years. But the way the hammers accumulate... Oh, no, sorry, 6 years. The way the hammers accumulate, it'll be 37... Sorry, it'll be 3876, right? Which is only 3 stars. If we can get 1 more point going to this world and 1 more point going to this world... No, this is a problem. I have not left myself a way to get extra hammers going here. This gates the holdup, and it's not a conquerable holdup. Shit. Well, I mean, technically it's a conquerable holdup. We do have infinite money. We don't have infinite time, but like... Right? So the hammer income rate is 3. We were probably going to have to do that anyway. Messy. If we were to get people to here... Actually, can this world reach that world? Maybe I just lensify the mineral from here? I think I do. Okay, so these 2 worlds are going to finish at the same time. $38.75. So it's the same time. It's not a good time. Can this reach that? No. I think the answer is a lot of void synthesizers. Right, like that gets that world finished ahead of schedule. 2 years. Yeah. Okay. We could, in theory, use colonization to finish these off, but I actually think I am just going to build synthesizers for them. Okay, so now this finishes in 73. This finishes at the beginning of 73. This finishes at the beginning of 73. And with a single void synthesizer, this will do the same. Okay. We have no reason to activate these until it's actually time. Yeah, I think that's true. Okay, let's clean up the mess that we made, making sure that that was going to work. How am I going to generate my food? We don't really have a source of biomass. Obviously, void synthesizers are going to play a part. Is the answer... What is the answer? So the robots here produce the water necessary to feed everything, which makes this world not necessary, but that doesn't produce us food. If we want to do food here, we can get the water from, obviously this link can work. But in order for it to work, we have to generate... Void synthesizers generate food? Yeah, fuck it. Ugh, sorry. Oh, I don't get to choose, though. Which does complicate things. Well, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to send food, do this. That'll solve that. This is largely about correcting unhappiness. Okay. That's the people world that makes that side work. And I just generate food off of a void synthesizer here, because fuck it. And then... I don't know. We would have saved a ton of time, it turns out. If we had taken the thing that makes structures cheaper to build. Or faster and cheaper. So we could learn bioextraction, but we don't have to. What does bioextraction do? Like, I don't think that it's worth buying this technology. We don't want to activate these things until next year, because right now they're providing us with links and stuff. Although I guess actually the only place where they're providing a link that's meaningful to a world is nowhere? Yeah, they're not actually leveling up any of our worlds. Aside from the isium worlds, obviously. But the isium worlds, the isium links don't break. So, I think we do maybe just go ahead and turn everything on. Actually, if I wait and I turn everything on, it's going to break the links to the void synthesizers, right? And then we could just use the void synthesizers to do other stuff. So actually, yeah, I don't need to build this one. Because we're going to be able to repurpose things. When this receives water, it'll produce a point of robots that could be used for that. And then I need to buy some technologies, obviously. Let's buy skill download. Because we can just push through the end of this right now, then. We want to be careful to... Oh, no, sorry. We don't need skill download yet. Sorry. Skill download's how we're going to push through the end of the last mission. We need to start focusing on getting Forge Worlds to Prosperous if we want to be able to 5-star this mission. So... Okay. Here, we want to do some integrated manufacturing, send this chip up to there. We're going to also want to pass this unit of goods somewhere. Or repurpose. I don't have flexible fabrication. Yeah, flexible fabrication is actually going to help a ton with this. Because, like, for example, we can make this a robot-producing world and then send the point of robots over here, even though it doesn't really do anything. But it'll just help the world flip. Yeah. So let's do this. Send that point of robots over, send the point of energy over. That's one. Where else do we have? This world's quite close. We could probably make this work. Yet repurposing's great here. It sends a point of goods down. So that if we use this world's people just a little bit, it will be able to flip. And this world's... It's at 5 imports and exports. That's a little awkward. However, eminently fixable. There we go. Now it's... Oh no, the extra chip goes this way, right? Hold on, that doesn't do anything. This is a chip output world, not a chip input world. How are we going to fix this? How are we going to make this world do one more thing? I guess the answer is we're going to build a garbage lab. Right, that's actually a really useful thing to do. The garbage lab over here is chips. So this garbage lab should be robots. Okay, that gets the second person out of this world to make it the third successful neighbor. And it gets the 6th unit out of this world. So that's good. And then, is this the world most sensible to push? If we repurpose it, we can connect the robot to here. And then we have to get one more successful trade route going. And also another input or output beyond that. We can use the void synthesizer. We could use a void synthesizer to solve one of those problems. And then we have to also get it to do trade with another world that's doing well. I guess actually if we connect water to this world, that'll flip this neighbor. We could connect water to this world by giving this world an extra point of population. Oh, right. Also, I was going to turn all these on. Okay. That's functional. That secures us 5 stars. Rock. The Exodus concern, still very real. We'll get there. So like I said, we're going to do some connection over here. Hold on. This doesn't need to be the first thing we worry about. So now that we've done that, actually, connecting this here feeds us water. Or doesn't, alternatively. Has to be a direct connection? It does. It does have to be a direct connection. Okay, never mind. Don't do that. Doesn't actually work. So this world does need a point of people then from somewhere. And we have no population in the area, which makes that tricky. Yeah, we can't even like slip relay population from over here. So that connection doesn't help because we're not producing another point of robots yet. Maybe this was the wrong Forge world to focus on? But like this one's really far away. And we don't actually have all that many Forge worlds in the Empire. Okay. How do I make another meaningful connection? We have to send in minerals or we have to send in chips. This is super out of range. This is super out of range and we can't... We could research proper slipstream relay tech. We could make another world around here. No, we can't. I was going to say we could pick up industrialization, but it doesn't actually help here. All of the worlds around this are already covered. Yeah, we can pick up slipstream relays. We could send chips down like that. That's something. That gives us 5 imports or exports plus a third successful neighbor. We still have to figure out a way to get another point of minerals or chips in, though. And I think the answer is, I think we have to pick up slipstream relay and then we have to pick up stream splitting. Because if we did that... Yeah. We could send chips from both of these worlds down there, and that would do it. Oh, this world could produce chips as well. And in fact, this world desperately needs to. Can you connect to here? Oh, let's do that. Oh, what am I... That's... That's Slipways, not the one I care about. Sorry, I do need to make this... But here, we can connect like that and then do this. So the chip goes to the right place. And incidentally, we get another prosperous out of that. And then when we buy the next technology in like 2 years, we make this connection and that makes this prosperous. And then we have to push through the last mission really quickly, but also we absolutely can push through the next mission really quickly. And slip relay was not a waste because we do need to be able to do slip relays anyway. And there are some places where Lensify is not going to be good enough, right? Like this connection doesn't work. Yeah, that's what I thought. But we can just build a normal slip relay. Oh no, we cannot. Fuck. We have to do 2 slip relays anyway to get this world connected to a gate. Because we have to start figuring that out now. That's the phase of the thing we're in now. Alright, well, it's going to be a really annoying phase of the thing too, but it's also, I think, completely not optional. We have to do a lot of relaying because I built our whole situation very strangely. Okay, this we can do. 3. We need 20, was it? All right, we're going to figure it out. Well, making this Forge world produce goods will make it easier to get a couple of functional worlds on this side. Let's go ahead and do that. So this world is the feeder. That gets us more population connected, plus, you know, happiness and whatever. Our happiness is like extremely unsettled, actually. We are not ready. Okay, yes, we need 1 more year. I don't get to double count these, I'm sure. A thing we can do for the purposes of happiness is, yeah, worry about it later, is what we can do. Let me stay focused for just a second here. Do we have a source of food in this area already? We have this biomass that's way too far away. I'm debating whether it's going to make sense to just do void stuff rather than actually figuring this out. I think the answer is yes. Each void synthesizer is 2 months, so it would be 3 months. Yeah, it's 3 months to hook up food and biomass, 3 months each. Or we could spend 3 months settling a world and then still have to draw slipways. So yeah, I think in this case, we do in fact want to make this a population world. Sorry, go ahead and I guess technically it's true that I should planetary project every world that's actually producing money. But I think we've mostly kept up on that, right? Pretty sure. Okay. Anyway. 3 months to make this work. 3 months to make this work. World's happy enough. Have to lensify this world, which sucks. Wasting my time. Okay. Now we need to send points of population off of this world. To do what is the question? That was a bad void synthesizer. Because if we sending 2 points of pop off of this is worth some extra points of population, I guess. But also, hold on, we have another thing to be doing right now. So let's go ahead and grab this, make that connection to finish our mission, grab our other mission. This one's probably not going to be that hard to finish. Oh, I don't have skill download yet. We have to buy skill download. Okay, so we'll worry about finishing that mission when we actually can do it. In the interim, we got to build the slipways. Okay. Lensify. Does that make sense? Is that better than just building a slip relay? I don't think it is. And it's the same cost. So that gets us to mission completion. Oh, bummer. I can't quite connect to there directly. Okay. We can make some use of this one because it's already been built. So we need these two worlds to be connected, and then we're all set. Then we win, right? So let's go ahead and make that happen. Shit, this is going to be so expensive in terms of time. All right. Let me undo something here. So we are going to need to link via this slipway. Can I build one that will be able to reach? Oh my god, it is so hard to connect these worlds. Fuck. Okay, fine. So this is how this has to go. We go connect, 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 connect. Sure, whatever. There we are. That is 19. Okay, we'll get there. Hold on. Also, we can do this. That was useless, but it was worth a try. All right, we're buying skill download because I think we need it to complete our mission. I have to connect one more point of population, which means it actually is of value to get this world to upgrade. If we can make this world successful, 2 outputs, it will upgrade. So I can connect it. Nope. Doesn't matter. Wouldn't have helped. We can do this very easily, obviously. Does it matter what it is? I don't think it does. 1 output. And then have it do anything else. Build a lab. There we go. That's 20. So we maxed out some of these. We got the prosperity. Incidentally, we're about to just buy our way to this. So the only thing that matters at this point is happiness, and I think I've fucked this up. I think I took so long to do this that we're not going to be able to get there on happiness. So, bummer. So let's buy our way to the goal. First of all, buying integrated manufacturing makes this world produce 4 things. Buying skill up facilities produces a 4th point of food. Buying integrated manufacturing. Okay. 4th point of food. We need 1 more. 4th point of food. Okay. Mission completion. I could have figured this differently and left myself with a little bit more science, but not enough to actually buy another technology, I think. Oh, we still have a year left. Okay, maybe things aren't totally as dire as I was thinking, but they're not good, certainly. So, okay. If I make this a chip world, we can make that connection and this connection, flip this. So the way we're going to get here is by making planets successful, right? There's no universe where I can get to manufactured luxury, which would immediately win us the game. Yeah, we're going to be like a ton of science short. Unless another one of these things turns out to be one of those things where we can trade money for tech, like we saw with this one, but there's no way to predict that. Yeah, we can't really, that's an unrealistic hope, I think. So where else can we make planets flip? I don't think we can make enough planets flip to matter, but we do have to try. This world needs things. Okay, so we produce water. That helps to deal with some of our unhappiness. We do that. Okay. That's bought us some happiness. If this world's producing water, it gets an upgrade. That's more happiness. Do we still we do still have spare population, so actually we can do that. That produces happiness. If we repurpose this world to produce an extra point of goods, that upgrades this world. And actually gets it remarkably close to being prosperous. If this world was successful, this world would be prosperous. Because it's got 4 inputs right now. Or if we connected it to anything else that was successful. So if we move this point of food out, which we could do via slip relay, in a way that's expensive, but totally doable. The only thing we have to do is get to 140, and we're actually really fucking close. So that would be a prosperous... Actually, I think we might be okay. This world's not prosperous because it doesn't have... Oh, it doesn't have its biomass. This is 3 months, but it's worth it. Yeah, okay, no, we totally win. We absolutely win. This world needs 1 more import or export, which we actually cannot easily get it. Yeah, I don't know that we're going to be able to flip that one. Oh, if this world outputs 1 more point, it's going to upgrade. Can it reach this? Yeah, it totally can. We have to be careful, though, not to create any new problems. Oh, hold on. If we lensify, we can do this. That's actually very good for us. And that's a 25-star scenario without even spending all of our stuff, because, like, scenario stuff. Yeah. Okay, we have exactly 20 points of population connected to here, and we're good. And pressing the button is not going to make things any worse. We have 1 world that's not happy because it's not exporting, but we don't have any resource shortages that are slowly getting worse over time. So this world's mad because it doesn't have an export, but now that problem's solved. And yeah, that's the game. Got a little tight there. The Fargate is operational and the Silthid can escape to another galaxy. With no plans to stop using Slipways, it is likely they will have to do it again. At least the game is, like, acknowledging the thing that is occurring to me, so... It's bad. This game has bad feelings about... Cool, great. This game has negative feelings about the same things I have negative feelings about. And that's nice. It's nice to feel recognized. Alright, that was only difficult because I was playing in an extremely weird and loose way. And hooray for us having gotten there. A better player would have secured their 25 stars a lot earlier. This is all giving me hope for being able to pull these off on tough, though. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, it's a time to do that thing with the Dender. My suspicion is also going to be kind of challenging because the food generation mission can be kind of a nightmare. We'll see. So come back next time for that, and we'll see you then.